Let's see if we can't tag a couple rares today. Greetings, travelers. We have just logged in after a very long maintenance on Tuesday, but everything looks live and well. So let's get after a couple spawns here, a couple rares. I do want to get more clams today, so that's that was on my agenda today to get the clams. And I may as well clear out all the rares because they're probably going to be spawning now. I'm assuming since the servers were down, the spawns on the rares were probably like reset. So let's get going around and see if any did pop up. And I'll try to keep up to date on them. But we shall see. Yo, Jaeger evening stream. The maintenance was wild today. I mean, to be fair, it was pretty much as long as they said it was going to be, but I kind of expected it to go on earlier. But here we are. Evening stream indeed. Mura, hello, hello. It was good though. I got a lot done on working on the next episode today. However, only so much can be done without being able to go into the game and get like footage and stuff. So a lot of scripting and editing the narration and stuff like that today. Arafel, good evening. Jason D, good evening. Goatee is looking meaty. Probably because when I work, I kind of twirl it and it gets all messed up. I usually comb it, but I guess it's probably pretty crazy right now. You know? We got it. We rolling. We roll with it. Alright, yeah. So far, it looks like the reset probably fully reset kind of a lot of the rares too. That's okay. I'll check Blackleaf and what's this one's name again? Yeah, Narixus the Doombringer. I'll check those two. And then it's time for clams. JS, good evening. Every centimeter adds 10 pounds to my PB. I'm going to have a good meet then. Next competition. I think my last powerlifting meet I had no beard. 0 beard. So, honestly, to be fair though, that last competition I probably put on even more than 10 pounds per centimeter of beard. Also a lot of pounds on the frame as well. We should be in for a good competition, good powerlifting meet. Feeling pretty strong. Chug is in trouble. You know, I don't disagree with you. I think it's going to be a really good competition, like between the two of us. I think it's going to be close. I think he doesn't think it'll be as close as it will be. That's my assumption. So I'm looking forward to it. Trixie Cherry, greetings, traveler. Welcome in. Grey Direwolf, hello, hello. Interesting, we got some true silver instead of the regular arcane crystals. It's okay. We got the arcane crystals lining our bags anyways already. 2 of them. I may have seen a couple sell in the mailbox. I can't, well, yeah, I did. So we'll see. Gotta get more. I think tomorrow we're gonna be getting tomorrow we'll get a lot of arcane crystals. But I still gotta come down here for the thorium ore. Before we get locked into some clams, some clamming. What else can I do here? I think we're pretty well organized. I might, depending on when my next inventory fill up is, I might run to the bank to drop some of this stuff. Because I do have like a lot of lock boxes and stuff that I don't really need in my bags if I am going to be farming. Make sure music is on repeat. Yes, it is. Good, good. ACM for all. Hello. Greetings, traveler. Alright, we're back onto the shores. I think the last thing I was farming was these guys. Was it not? Oh no, I was farming iron marks. So blood wash. That should work. How many of the 1K do we have? I think 615. 615 it says in the war bank. So we have a lot. We should be able to do it tonight. Get the 1K and open them tonight, ideally. Test out the clams. That way we have that that wrapped up. At this point, like I said, I don't even care if I lose money opening 1,000 clams. I just need to know. I just need to know, is it worth it? And also, not even on is it worth it, just what's the drop rate? Because I was looking on Wowhead, and if you look at the loot tables for the big mouth clams, it literally just says question mark for golden pearls. That's not very helpful, is it? So we're gonna put some numbers in place of those question marks. That's my goal today. A simple goal. Severo, hey. How goes the grind? Goes well. We're just getting going this morning after the maintenance. Apparently some things of housing. Probably we're having some problems. But we're good to go now. Jaeger with a 75 stream streak. Started from a single token, now we're here. Let's go. You were testing the golden pearls yourself because you needed some for crafting. Came out to roughly 3%. I think 3% will be right around break even. Right? Because then that would be like 1 every 33. And we were saying yesterday that break even was about 1 every 35. So that might be good. Like perhaps if it's hard to get rid of all of our clams, you know, opening them up might be break even. To slightly positive. Like you could get lucky. You could get unlucky too though. We'll find out today. If it is 3% and we open 1,000, we should have 30. So we'll see what the numbers come out to for us. Your D-Gen follower confirmed. Let's go. We got our Dragonkin. We got this yesterday actually from Blackwing Descent. It's a trinket. So every now and then we turn into a Dragonkin. I like it. Between that and the Dragon's Calls, we're really leaning into the Dragon Gold Goblin, Gold Horde archetype. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Resident of Kanto. What's up, what's up? Do the clams not sell out well anymore? They do. It's like 1,200 sold per day. I don't think we'll have too much of a problem getting rid of them. Ideally not, but we'll see. If it ends up being like actually break even with the golden pearls, then we'll have to we can decide on if we want to open them or not. I mean, if it's truly break even, then technically opening them is a loss of gold because you're wasting time. So I suppose it would have to be a profit to warrant opening them all up. But we'll find out today. What happened to that load of clams the other day? Did I open them? No, I haven't opened those yet. They're in the warband bank. They only stack up to 20, so I won't be able to have them all in my bags while I farm, but I have like over 600 in the warband bank. So we'll get a good amount today. And I'll ideally open them up tonight if I can get to 1,000, which I should be able to. Mm-hmm. The wiggle, yeah. No, I like the trick. It's kind of cool. It should happen pretty often when we're farming. Damn Toasted, you've been farming the flawless crystals in Madlands, up to 30 of them. Really want to see if you can get world drop epics from the chests. I think technically you can. Like, I think it's on the loot tables at like a 1% chance or something like that. It's not like a crazy, crazy high drop chance, but I think it is possible. Oh, what's that? I'm not tracking on Loot Appraiser either. There we go. Design, Emerald Owl, Trinket. Speaking of rares, I'm going to go do my loop of rares and arcane crystals, because even though we're farming clams, I still want to min-max the gold. And I think that is one of the most min-max ways to do it right now. Owl kind, hello, hello. Another live to keep you awake since you're playing a 24-hour day to reset sleep schedule. Oh boy. Let's go. You must work like shift work or something. Swap over. Days to nights, arcane crystal in the bags, or nights to days. That's tough, yeah. I've never done much shift work, but I can only imagine. I'm assuming it's similar to feeling jet lagged, and I'm not a big fan of feeling super jet lagged. Overnight factory work. Ah, but going for days for a convention. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Either way, swapping over. Tough. Oh, they got 2 nodes here, though. Oh, no. There we go. Oh, my goodness. Let me try to get up here again. That was a little awkward, that node. It's all good. Systems were down at work today, so only had to work 3 hours this morning and got to chill the rest of the day. Nice. Unfortunately, I mean, if you play Classic, it doesn't really matter, but it's always the days where, like, you get off work early or something when the servers are down, right? On retail. That would always be the case. 100%. Have I seen the Anduin guy in Midnight? Like Anduin Rin? Like the king? I look like him? Interesting. Or is there a different Anduin guy? Hopefully not Anduin from before midnight, because he's quite young. Anduin from Wrath of the Lich King? That'd be crazy. I don't think I necessarily look like that. Perhaps from midnight, though, yeah. Yeah, so far post reset, no rares are up. Might just have to stick down there for a bit longer, let them respawn. Give them 30 minutes or so maybe to do that. Get 1 or 2 of the nodes on the way up too. Yeah, none of them are up. Makes sense. No one can be in the zones when the servers are down, so it'd be like a hard reset on the rares. Now that I think about it, is that a technique to farm time loss proto drake after a reset? Interesting, because doesn't it, like, if the zone is fully vacant, I think rares can spawn in like the first 4 hours or something like that. So maybe that is like a good way to camp time loss proto drake after Tuesday reset. Because that way you know it hasn't been recently killed and it'd be reset. So you could camp it for a couple hours and see. I mean, yeah. I don't know exactly how the rares work in that scenario, but it might be worth a shot. Maybe when we get to Dragonblight, is it? We'll try that out. To be fair, you don't blame Blizzard for modeling Anduin. It's one of the most powerful figures in the WoW community. Are you talking about me as one of the most powerful figures? Well, thank you, but I think Anduin in the WoW lore definitely predates me. Remember when Varian was out and about? There it is again, the Forged Fury. Yeah, someone asked if we could slash dance. I don't think we can, but yeah, you can't. You can't dance in this form. We can kill though. Oh, Counselor's Tunic. We got 2 in the bag. 1 in the Warbank and 2 on the auction house. So that might have to be like a disenchant. I don't really want to stock too many items that have a 0.004 sale rate. I had to change my TSM settings to not show the name of my characters that have the items. Because it kind of leaks the names of people on my account. Surprise T-Rex with the Twitch Prime. That's a good name. Surprise T-Rex. Appreciate the Twitch Prime. And lovely name, Greetings Traveler. Respect on the name. Anduin is doing Maw Locked right now. Maw Bound. Best of luck to Anduin. That's all I can say. $40 clams down. 40 to go, or 60 to go. But we do have a bunch in the bank, so. Oh, we got the Clout Mace. Interesting. Now, I think the big thing about these guys, we are killing a lot of them. Like, as you can see, I do have a kill tracker on the bottom right. It shows the tooltip. There's so many different variants of these mobs, though. I think we're killing... Well, there's Acolytes, Zealots, there's like different ones outside. But we're up to about 500 kills on a lot of them. I think there are world drop epics and like pretty good transmog you can get from these guys. So the more we farm clams, the better chance we have at getting some of those potentially rare drops. We'll see. You don't think TLPD would work that way? It shares a spawn timer with another rare that's on the same timer. Right. AoE Nax? No, that's a different rare. But yeah, Time Lost Proto Drake shares the spawn with another rare. But if the resets reset all rares, you would know for sure that one of them will be spawning. So I guess it wouldn't be a surefire way, I suppose. But you might be able to try to get it. But yeah, I suppose maybe you have to reset the other rare spawns instead, and then you're back onto the regular respawn timer. And TLPD has a really long respawn timer as is, so even after a reset, it could take a long time to spawn. But it's worth a thought, because it's interesting. I don't know... Oh, am I lagging out? Wow, my game is lagging like crazy. Did you see that? My actual internet isn't lagging. I think that was the game. But yeah, I think we're good to go. Yeah, we're all good. Everything else is working. To be fair, we did boot up the servers like as soon as they were up, so there may be some some lingering instabilities. Oh, true, it's Vault Day. Well, maybe we'll do a Vault opening later. Viragosa and TLPD are on the same 2 to 8 hour spawn. So you could technically force the timer to reset by entering a freshly reset zone, but you still have to play the spawn on RNG. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So the reset on Tuesday makes you know it's a reset zone, but you still have the 2 to 8 hour spawn timer. Oh wow, it's really lagging. The servers are having a bit of an HT right now, it looks like. It's okay. We'll make our way through it. Doesn't TLPD spawn anywhere between 24 hours to 168 hours after it's killed? I haven't really researched it myself, to be honest, but I know it can go a long time without spawning. But yeah, it sounds like you can't let the zone, like, despawn. If no one's in the zone, it might reset the overall timer. Oof, that could be a bit of a headache then. Long Claw, greetings, traveler. Late stream, yeah. Servers were down, like, all day. And I wanted to farm some clams today, so, I figured I'd boot up stream, farm some clams. Hang out. Got a bit of a chill day. Boom. Man, I love this new trinket. I can see it maybe, you know, in a week or two. Maybe I don't want to have it on all the time, but for now, I quite like it. Mixes up the vibe. Mistwing, yeah, we started a bit later with the maintenance. I don't know what was in the maintenance, actually. I'm assuming it's probably current content tuning stuff. But it was a long maintenance outage. Because Classic was up all day, I believe. Big midnight patch. That makes sense. If, I'm not going to lie, guys. I did have a little bit of an urge, a little bit of a temptation to boot up Classic and do a Classic stream today, but I made a rule for myself. I'm not making my next Classic character until Traveler is done. So, I didn't do it today, but probably soon. I just don't want to have too many alts going at one time, you know? Like one secondary challenge at a time. Yeah. I know exactly what I'm going to do on the Classic stream, though. It's coming soon. Yeah. Oh, is it the new transmog option for weapons now? Is that in now? So is Hanzu Blade going to be super, super low value? Let me just see something real quick. So how do you change the sheath? Situations? Whoa. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is actually epic. So you can change your transmog based on your location. Okay. That's going to take a whole deep dive of me going through that to like figure out which transmogs I want where. I mean, on Goldie, I don't really actually transmog. I just straight up wear the gear. But on Path, I'm going to have to go through. That's kind of fun. And you can change like which scenarios you have which transmog. I think that's a cool option. The Situations is not new? Really? I didn't know about it. Interesting. What's new then? Is it just the sheathing? Oh. Well, we'll see what happens to the Hanzu sword prices. Longclaw, you've never made a rogue before? But the series made you make one just because you want to run around and pickpocket NPCs for a while? That's a completely understandable reason to make a rogue, I'm not going to lie. There are a lot of cool pickpocketing systems in the game, so I definitely don't disagree with you on that. Oh, so the transmog, they added new systems like weather-based transmog. So if it's raining, you could like put on a rain hat. Like a weather-beaten fishing hat. That's cool. Goldie running around with like a little bucket hat whenever it's raining. I'm all for that. So when I get to Daenerys, how will the Caverns of Time work? Can I do all the dungeons or only the ones from that current expansion? No, it'll be all the dungeons and Caverns of Time. Like that'll be a pretty substantial unlock for sure. Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't really like looked at each of them individually. I might make the one, what is it called? Like Escape from Thornhold Keep. Maybe I'll have that one. I'll do that one when I get to Hillsbrad. So I might have certain exceptions for individual dungeons. Kind of like how with the Blackrock Mountain, I kind of informally didn't do some ones until I got Searing Gorge. Both from the factor of just like, it's kind of better to go over multiple dungeons over multiple zones. Otherwise, there's a lot to talk about for each dungeon. Transmog is the true end game anyways. That's true. Speed boost. Look at this, we got the dragons and 2 dragons around us. What upcoming classic zone do I think has the most potential to be the fastest? Upcoming, I'll assume you mean like we could spin next, like the next possible one that we could spin. Like we have Loch Modan, Deadwind Pass, Barrens, and Badlands. I think the safe bet there would be Badlands because it has high-level materials, probably like Mithril and whatnot, which is always going to be good gold per hour. But I could see Barrens being quite good as well with the dungeons. So, yeah. We were talking a little bit of all the potential classic zones. Ungoro Crater is probably going to be pretty solid. I'm really looking forward to Ungoro Crater personally. We'll see what the gold per hour ends up being, though. We've already had a couple situations too where expansions dungeons have been in our zone. So like Heroic Dead Mines is technically Wrath, right? Same with like Zul'Gurub is Kata. No, Heroic Dead Mines was Kata, right? Yeah, that's how we got our Ember Silk bags. So there's going to be some situations like that. To be honest, it's definitely mostly Cataclysm stuff that ends up coming early into like classic zones. So I think it's just the way it goes. And with Cataclysm anyways, we're going to be getting Cataclysm zones in Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor. So. But yeah, a lot of those too, like there's some nuanced decisions. So definitely certain dungeons will be kind of played by ear. Once I get to it, I'll kind of look into it a little bit more closely. Same with certain zones on like which zones unlock other zones. I have my kind of idea from my memory, but a lot of the times I got to go in with a fine-tooth comb on like my main or someone to actually see the paths once we get close enough to see it. Will Karazhan give tons of loot? I don't know. I hope so. I hope so. I imagine when we do get Deadwind Pass, Karazhan is going to be a pretty big factor in it. All right, I think it's about time for another rare loop. Let's see what's up. Nothing here. Into the forest we go. At this rate, the Tainted Forest could like be its own zone, to be honest. No nodes there. Cygnus, well. 8 months at tier 1. Appreciate the tier 1. 8 months. Let's go. Well. Loop around. Yeah, there's no nodes up yet. None, actually. Potentially some rares, though. I know Barons will have a couple good things as well, as far as reagent bags. Like Wailing Caverns has one, right? So we'll definitely be able to get our hands on a little bit more bag space from the Barons when we get through to there. No mobs. Make sure we're still tracking treasure. I think I found like four total silken treasure chests. I think 3 of them have been in that cave up there. So I always like to check and make sure I have my discovery available. Like I'm tracking fine treasure when I go by there. Seems the disconnection issues have been solved. It seems like what we've done has fixed the stream disconnection stuff, which is I'm really happy for. So we've been on like the trial period of the network change, so I'm going to be locking it in. I should email the ISP guy tonight actually and say let's go ahead and make it a permanent upgrade, because since it's happened I haven't dropped any frames. The problem was like my upload connection would be good, solid, and then randomly just stop for like 5 seconds, which if you're not streaming is totally fine. You would never notice it. When you're streaming, you definitely notice it. Yeah. But yeah, no, it seems to be fixed. So I'm happy with that. If I get Org or Mulgore, does that mean another crafting alt? Yes. Yeah, we'll do a Horde crafting alt. That would be kind of cool. Add a Horde to the warband. The Goldbound warband. Should not have said that. Oh, was the YouTube stream disconnecting a bit? On my end, it looks like I have had no frames drop today, so hopefully not. For the Horde. We'll have a decision to make if we do roll a orc... Sorry, not an orc zone. If we do roll Duratar, I will choose between either orc or troll. I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably choose orc, but we'll decide that at that day. Much like how we decided between dwarf and gnome. Of course, if we get Mulgore, it's only Tauren. Tauren would be the only possibility. I would say probably 80% of my total like played time in WoW has been on Alliance. So definitely predominantly Alliance through and through. I think, what was it in? There was one expansion I mained Horde. It might have been Warlords of Draenor. It might have been Warlords of Draenor. Can't really remember. But yeah, no, I was a Tauren Paladin for a while on Path. I think I did it for PvP to get War Stomp or something. And then I just switched back. I did like the paid race change or whatever. But no, Path is a human. What do I think of the other X-Bound challenges? Seeing loads now, assuming I was the OG. I mean, I definitely wasn't the OG of like locked challenges in WoW. Like Shax, Venario, Nabel were doing like locked, like expansion locked, zone locked before me. I think like Goldbound might have been like the first usage of the name bound, but I wouldn't say I was the first like challenge character in WoW by any means. But also, like, I took a lot of my inspiration from RuneScape, and that it's massive in RuneScape with like chunk locked, different types of weird, yeah, like tile locked. Oh no, that was in WoW, or Tile Man in RuneScape. There's so many RuneScape account restricted characters, and that was a big motivation for Goldie. And then once I kind of had the idea to make one, I kind of then had a bit of a dive into the World of Warcraft restricted accounts. I had never been recommended one before on my YouTube. And so when I was researching it, that's when I found those guys I just named there, like Shax, Venario, and Nabel. And they were doing some cool completionist kind of vibe stuff. That's why I decided to mix it up, do gold. I've always been a gold goblin, guys. Can't deny it. I love making gold, love farming gold, love farming items. And my preferred way to make gold has always been like gathering. Like dual gathering, you know, going out and get resources, transmog farming. Those are always my favorite gold farms. I kind of, to a certain degree, fell out of like current content gold farming kind of last expansion with the profession stuff, knowledge. I think objectively it's a better system, but I have a simple brain. I just want to go farm items and craft items. Yeah. Too complex for this smooth brain. To be fair, though, I think objectively it's a better profession system, and I do like it for gathering, but I like just getting items, farming. Have I been watching Settled Sailing Locked? I haven't been watching every episode, but I've definitely been seeing it come through the pipe. With the old school RuneScape new sailing skill. I think I watched the first couple episodes. I'm curious to see how it's going now, though. For sure. Resident, I've inspired you to do a series. Ooh, you got something in the pipeline. Let's go. Best of luck with your series. Hopefully I'll see it on my YouTube recommended page. Don't play retail too much. Last expansion you bought was the one before Shadowlands. Been thinking about doing a 1 to max level battle pets only thing. I think that would be fun. And honestly, I think it would be surprisingly like decent. Fishlocked is also a good series in WoW, yeah. He just started up his hardcore Fishlocked character. I haven't watched it yet, I've been meaning to. To be honest, I feel like since going full-time on content, I watched probably the same amount of content, but I feel like I watched less World of Warcraft content. Probably should watch more. But I feel like what I don't want to do is like watch someone's content and then like subconsciously copy it. You know what I mean? So I like to just keep an eye on the thumbnails and stuff going on. And then if I'm on an off day kind of farming, I like to tune in some streams. So I think right now my preferred like World of Warcraft content is probably stream viewing. Could be a slippery slope, but it's also important to keep consuming stuff because inspiration requires fuel. 100%. I like the thing is I still consume like a lot of other content, Traveler Spalders by the way, and I think honestly it's kind of good to consume similar but not the same content because especially with like YouTube and and stuff, it is a bit of a benefit to bring in formats from other like genres and other niches in content and kind of like have that in the game. That's largely what Goldbound was, right? But yeah. No, it's definitely a bit of both. To be fair, I still watch a lot of RuneScape content. To be honest, I probably watch more RuneScape content than World of Warcraft content right now. I love RuneScape content. I don't know why. I don't even play it much anymore. I just love watching it. Yeah. Oh yeah, the path locked. Yeah, I think he's staying on the paths. I love all the different challenge characters. Oot and a boot. How does the open world loot feature affect epic world drops when you farm these for hours? I don't know for sure is like the true answer. It seems like there's certain things that aren't affected by the open world loot stuff. So like when we were, for example, in Dunmoreau or other zones with like those white items, those didn't seem to be on the open world loot bug system. So I don't know how world BOEs work on that. Like maybe they're not on it, maybe they are. I really just don't know. Feel the same with the evolution of film. Each generation riffing on those that came before it in some other way. Yeah. And that is like, to a degree, like all media and content, right? There's innovation, but there's also a lot of iteration, you know? That's how things evolve. Like, as long as, using other creators as inspiration, but modifying it, and that's how things, slowly evolve. Feel like we need a Tile Man challenge. Wonder if an add-on can make it work. There was Moo Tile, like a WoW Tile Man. There was. I don't know if he's still making videos. I think yeah. Tile locked guy, yeah. I think the character name was Moo Tile, right? Ooh, what's that? Just found him. There you go. Yeah, yep. But yeah, tile locked in RuneScape is a Tile Man, sorry, in RuneScape is good. Yeah, Wabs is the YouTube channel for the tile locked guy. Yeah, Dungeon Locked hasn't posted in a while, has he? Hope everything's all good. What will I do? Sorry, when I get to Eversong Woods, am I going to stick to the old version? Yeah, so Eversong Woods, like the midnight zones, when I get to those on Goldie, I will be sticking to the old versions. Like, I'm not going to be doing the current content zone. That'll be crazy. Eventually we will, but when we get caught up to it. I don't know if we'll be into current content. I highly doubt, maybe I should say, that we'll be in current content within midnight. Anything's possible, but that would be like within a year. I don't think that's going to happen. 2030 will be current. But honestly, that's probably a pretty good bet. I mean, there's just so many zones to go through. I mean, the assumption is, though, that they should speed up. And to a certain degree, they have. I mean, things were going pretty quick, and then we hit Dunmurrow. Dunmurrow definitely slowed stuff down a bit. What is tile locked? Well, so Tile Man was like in RuneScape, every little area is a tile, and so he would unlock those by getting a certain amount of gold, right? Something like that, XP. And so there's a tile locked guy in World of Warcraft doing a similar thing. I think he has to get a certain amount of XP to unlock the next tile. I could be wrong on the exact rule set, but it's Wabs if you search that on YouTube. Oh, sprint. What about a Highjaw Uldum in Twilight Highlands? Be unlocked in Kata. So though any of the Cataclysm zones like Twilight Highlands, Highjaw, and Uldum, those are going to be ordinary course in Elven Forest. Sorry, not in Elven Forest. In Eastern Kingdoms in Kalimdor. With the Cataclysm, there's just no good way to separate Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor. I mean, if you look at every single profession trainer in the zones, they train both Cataclysm and Classic. So Kata is one of those expansions where it's, to a big degree, going to happen in Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor. There's only a couple zones we can't get into, like Deepholm and Vashir. And those ones will be like kind of one-off. Yeah. In 2020, 2030, be a world champion powerlifter. Hopefully, that'd be crazy. Gray beard. I think we'll have a gray beard. Pat Dad. You never know. You never know. Nothing in the works, but 2030 is a long ways away. Bashir would be crazy, though. Yeah. There's a story about the guy who started with a paperclip and traded his way to a house. I think that would be doable in current WoW. Yeah, so a version of that challenge is definitely doable. I think with a challenge like that, the question is, do you flip all the way and allow yourself to hold multiple items as you flip up? Or do you only hold on to one item at a time? That would make it harder. Like, if you could only have one item and trade an item for another item, it would get pretty hard. Yeah, right now we're just Path Uncle. No kiddos. I have a dog and 2 cats. They're not in the room right now. But yeah, Poncho, Boo, and Stella are their names. But no kids. No human children. Unless you count Chug Life. Yeah. Chug shots fired. Yeah, I should hold off. I'll hold off on the real shots because he's not here to defend himself. But, is he online? No, he's not online. No. I was gonna say I could start firing shots if he was online. Part of the competition bet should be that he has to rename himself 2 weeks to Chug Child. Yeah, so Chug Life, he's my longtime IRL friend, and he'll come on the stream every now and then. We compete in powerlifting competitions together a lot. We have one coming up. Currently, the bet is, because I moved away, we used to live in the same city. He's very sad about it. So the bet is, whoever loses the powerlifting competition, 8 weeks after the powerlifting competition, we have a World's Strongest Man competition that we're going to, that we have to train for. So whoever loses hosts like a 3 to 4 day all-inclusive training camp at their house where they'll like supply all the stuff for gaming, cook all the food, and then we'll have like a training camp at the loser's house on the loser's expense. So either way, we're gonna be having a training camp, and it'll be fun. So it'll be basically just like a big sleepover where we play video games and work out. Yeah. 3 cases of Guinness. I might have to go light on the Guinness if we're training. Gotta. I've been toning it back a little bit even for the powerlifting meet, but once we're prepping into Worlds, it might be a bit of a dry couple of weeks. I do got Guinness Zero though. I'll crack one. I'm thirsty. Yeah. I've been relegated for a little bit to the NAs, the zeros. Also not a sponsor. That'd be sick though if it was. Ooh. I don't have my Guinness glasses. They're upstairs, but I don't want to walk all the way upstairs. But you know, it'll be a good time either way. That's the thing. Like, once it's nice to have a bet like that where regardless of the outcome, it'll be good. Yeah, we both have home gyms, so we'll be able to train. It's a win-win, yeah. But it's a big win. Honestly, if I lose, it's kind of nice because Chugs doesn't come to visit my new house. I've been here for darn near June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Darn near 9 months, man hasn't come visit me at my new house. So even if I lose, it's a win. But we do live very far away now. It's like 5 to 8 hours. He did try to fix my headphones that one time. That is true. That was funny. That was at his last competition. Jangar, the NA Guinness is good. Haven't drank in 5 years because alcohol, you know. Yeah, I've actually tried a lot of NA beers. They are quite good. I would give them like for an NA beer, they're in my top 2. It's like pretty darn good compared to like a regular Guinness, I would say, out of a can. Like you're not getting pub style Guinness. It's like can Guinness, but hits the spot for me. I was in like a mountain town this past weekend, and I've been training really hard, so I haven't actually drank in a while, but I like to have a beer. So I got an NA at this restaurant because Path wife and Path sister-in-law were getting some cocktails, and I got an NA IPA. I have yet to find an NA IPA. I feel like they take the flavor, and it's just like as if you had a light beer and you added soap. Like non-alcoholic IPAs just taste like soap. It's so weird. So far the best ones I've had have been Guinness and Corona NAs, to be honest. Chelt, seems like a late time for me to be streaming. This might be, I think this might be like one of the latest times we started stream up, to be fair. But yeah, the servers were down until about an hour ago. So I wanted to get on and do some clam farming. You know? NA Corona with some lime. Yeah, that'll be good. These clams ain't gonna farm themselves. No, sir, they aren't. Got a good chunk already. I might go do a loop, though, to check on the rares soon. Corona and Guinness both have pretty distinct flavors. You think they lend themselves well to NA? Yeah. They're also, like, lighter on the ABV percentage, right? Like, they're both kind of like 4.2%. I think, like, an IPA, which is traditionally, like, a higher percentage, it's probably harder to mask or to, like, get the same flavor. Right? Like, the alcohol flavor is probably less of a factor in Corona and Guinness than it would be in, like, a 7% IPA. And so instead they try to replace it with soap, apparently. I don't know. Did I dabble with Olympic lifting or staying within the realm of powerlifting only? I have very, very limitedly dabbled in Olympic lifting. I've never competed. But lately I've been having a strongman arc. I've been competing in strongman competitions, which has been fun. And that definitely has some Olympic lifting-esque movements, like a lot more overhead presses and like jerks and stuff. But I've never actually done an oldie lifting competition. Oliver Twist, hello sir. Any good tips at making gold? You've been doing world quests, which have been okay. Also PvP recipes, but it's going down. I would say, I mean, the best initial bet would be to get dual gathering up and running in Midnight, like mining and herbalism. Get some knowledge points going there, and you should see some good gold coming in. After that, you might want to look into some old world farms, especially as we get later into the expansion. Old world farms, as a percentage of like current content farms, will start to be more and more valuable. But yeah, I would say dual gathering. Yeah, Jaeger, you're on YouTube, Oliver, but Jaeger over on Twitch is saying dual gathering in Midnight is still cranking like 60K an hour right now, it seems. Yeah, that's pretty good. That would be with some decent knowledge points, but you can get knowledge pretty quick. Pretty quick. Don't fly into Deadwind Pass, please. Badlands, how's the gold count? 6 hours. Oh, sorry, yeah, it's Blasted Lands, but my zone timer add-on was not working at all last week. So our actual slash plate is probably closer to like 1 day, 6 hours. But I just got it up and running yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So yeah, unfortunately the zone timer is not accurate for this zone. We have spent a little more time. Yeah, at this point the catch-up isn't bad for dual gathering. Well, and the catch-up too, with something like dual gathering, where even if you're a little less efficient, you're still getting good gold. compared to trying to catch up with crafting professions where there's razor thin margins even if you have all the knowledge, it can be really discouraging to try to do crafting professions if you're not fully caught up. But yeah, dual gathering, like worst case scenario, you're still getting gold. I mean, maybe it's a little bit less than you'd get if you had more profession knowledge, but you can get to a lot of the good points and start getting rank 2, like the gold star stuff pretty quickly. 60k an hour? Yeah, dual gathering is no joke. You start getting some of the nocturnal lotuses, like the herbalism stuff, and you make a lot of gold. Yeah, if you do, you definitely rush the mounted gathering. That's a good point. Oh, what? What? We just got an orb of deception from the Naga. I did not expect that. Look at that, guys. Good thing we booted upstream today. Orb. Yeah. We've already sold 2 of these. These sell well. Look at the sale rate on that. Clip it. Big find. Yeah, we've sold 2, and I think we sold out of them because I had gotten 2 from Ragnaros. But I guess it's one of the blues that can drop here, so that's a W. We'll get that over to the Transmog character, no doubt. Yeah, that's like a good selling drop. Look at the sale rate. 0.096 sale rate. That's crazy. I'll take it, guys. I do need to sell some trash, though. If you were to use that orb, what would it turn you into? An orc. Yeah, it turns you into the other faction. I haven't equipped it on Goldie. I probably can't because it's already known. I do have it on my account, though. But yeah, it would turn you into an orc. 6 or 7 more orbs and we're out of here. Yeah. Well, they kind of do sell for... I mean, as you can see here, I've sold 2. I sold 1 for 5,400 gold and 1 for 7,300 gold. So my average sale price on these is 6,300 gold. Market value is higher, but it's just like... I wasn't even like selling it fire sale. It's just people are listing it for that price a lot of the time. Let's open one clam real quick, by the way. Okay. Didn't get anything. It's okay. But yeah, no, like the market value is 30k. But I tend to not be able to sell it for that much. I'll clear up the bags with some disenchanting. Resident with the clip. I think Jaeger's been ranked 1 on the clip leaderboards for a while, so that might we might have a clip battle now. Because Jaeger clipped the double pearl, which is a good one. I'm just disenchanting for more bag space. Ooh, 3 greater eternals is really good on that. Yeah, that was not on my bingo card to pull a Orb of Deception from these guys. I'm not going to lie. I'll take it. Here's the thing, though. It definitely... The drop happened after we had done the loop. So I do wonder... I mean, we probably can't get that drop if we have the open world loot bug, right? So it's probably good to... every now and then do a loop of the rares because it helps reset the loot tables here and so we can get those drops. Good for your brain too. Yeah. I actually really like the multi-farm vibe because it kind of, you know, it changes things up. It's really fun. And plus then we get arcane crystals. Still no rares yet though since the reset. I might actually turn off zone timer just because it's not accurate at the moment. It's still tracking, but it's just not accurate. On your server, there was 3 posted for 30K. You posted yours for 6K for 48 hours, and it didn't sell. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, so far I've sold 2. I think on average they were listed for about a month before I sold them. And I didn't really pay close attention to how much they were listed for. So I think at some points they were probably around 30K, but some points they were cheaper. But yeah, we're getting clams. Oh, bit of a server lag. Do you have any way of tracking posting fees versus possible profit on the long-term posts? You can definitely track how many posts you've reposted. There is probably an add-on that will track the posting fees as well. Like, you can make TSM stop posting an item after you've reposted it like X amount of times. But I personally don't track that stuff. It does become a bit more problematic with items that have a higher vendor sell price, because the higher vendor sell price, generally speaking, the higher the fees for relisting, the deposit. I do tend to go through, like, per week, probably 1,000 to 2,000 gold of listing fees on my Transmog character. And then, like, lately I've been selling like 20 to 30K per week, so it's still very profitable. But keep in mind, with Transmog, you technically do have to keep into account how much time you're spending listing. And I spend a lot of time relisting, so. I don't do undercut scans, though. TSM will track it for sure. Maybe more complicated if you have multiple tunes. Yeah. But if you look at the breakdown on gold... But if you have it on the auction house, you can look at the breakdown on gold spent. Okay, so it's rate built into TSM then. I've never looked. Yo, Silo with a Twitch Prime. Appreciate it. And greetings, Traveler. Welcome back to Goldbound. Let's get these Naga. Perhaps even a Razor Naga. No, I'm just kidding. I used to have a Razor Naga. I guess I have a... I'm just running with the Razor Basilisk right now. I don't really use... I used to have an MMO mouse with like all the buttons on the thumb. I just found I wasn't using it near enough, so I swapped off of it. I'm not affiliated with Razer though, guys. There's no link and no code, but I do have a Razer mouse. I don't know. Yeah. You like the 2 side buttons? I don't even use the 2 side buttons on this mouse. I have a lot of, as you can see on my keyboard, I have a lot of shift and alt commands, like shift and like letters. I way prefer using like my pinky as the modifier. Yeah, my problem with the Razer Naga is the cord kept fraying on me.
Good evening.
Yo! Simon01366. Good evening. Appreciate the Twitch Prime. hop up here. I used to use like the Razer, remember like the Tartarus? Like the, it wasn't a keyboard, it was like a keypad. I used to use one of those. And then they discontinued them and I was hooped. Because I couldn't get one. I had like learned it so well and I was using it all the time, I loved it. And then they discontinued it and I couldn't access it. They're back? I remember like when they said they were going out, I bought an extra one. But yeah, it was always the same thing. It was always the cord. It would stop working after like a year. This one though, I don't know when I got this mouse, but it's been good actually. I tend to prefer peripherals now that have like a wireless option. That way you can like swap out the cord if it breaks. Like for example, my keyboard here, it can go wireless, and so this, you know, is the cord. So if this cord frayed, I could just replace the USB-C, and then the keyboard's fine. Actually, this keyboard isn't wireless. It just has a replaceable cord, now that I think about it. Anti-poncho design? Exactly. Yeah, my cat chews on my cords when I'm playing. The old Steel Series WoW Legendary Edition. Is that the Cataclysm Steel Series mouse? I had one of those for a little bit too. That thing looked sick. Used to have the Orb Weaver, yeah. For a while there, I was using some Corsair mouse, and I quite liked it. My keyboard is Majiji brand, aka I got it on Amazon for like 30 bucks. The story behind the keyboard too is my last keyboard broke. It was no fault of the keyboard. If anything, it was probably the fault of League of Legends, if you know what I'm saying. And so I wanted to get a new keyboard, but I just bought like a temporary replacement one off Amazon. And it was like 30 bucks. And I got it and I'm like, wait, this keyboard's sick. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just wait until it stops working. It'll probably stop working in a week because it's so cheap. And then it worked for like 2.5 years. And then I just bought it again. I'm like, I like this keyboard. But I've definitely had a few different ones. I've had a few Razer keyboards, a few Corsairs, a few Steel Series actually. But they tend to break. There's many reasons I don't play League of Legends anymore, guys. Can't do it. Can't do it. Get too frustrated. It's for the best, I think it is. I think I have my old... I have a lot of my old stuff. Like the Tartarus we were talking about. I think I have my old one. Yeah. Your keyboard has lasted thrice as long as the relationship that it was gifted to you in. I mean, what more can you ask for from a keyboard? That's some good stuff. Hey, oh, Chug Life checking in. We were just talking about you. Later day stream. Yeah, the servers were down all day. They just went live like an hour and 20 minutes ago. So I'm just hopping on, having a little bit of a Guinness Zero. And farming some of these bad boys here. Several. I didn't quite say that. What was I saying? I was. I started. Oh yeah. Wait. What was I talking smack about? I was talking smack about something. We were talking about the powerlifting meet and what the bet was. Oh yeah. I think yeah. Someone asked if I have any kids, and I said not technically, and then I said, well, kind of. Yeah. But how was your day, Chug? Servers are super laggy ever since the reset. But we're making our way through. You hate work? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't blame you. You've been freaking crazy busy lately. I have to evening stream just to see you. Just kidding. Raging. Oh, and what's the price of a shirtless Chug reveal would be? That's true. That's I can't answer that for you. Yeah, that's up to Chug. Oh, we're getting so many blue BOE drops here. What the heck? This one isn't that great, but are these guys? We've gotten 2 blue BOEs. We had the Orb of Deception and those today from these guys. That's way more blues than I thought I would get. You just made it through tax season, you get it? Yeah, tax season would be crazy. I just finished with my taxes. I mean, yeah, like my own personal taxes. First time since, I guess being like self-employed. A bit more involved for sure. Especially this year because I had both employment income and self-employment income. A couple moving parts. Shirtless Chug reveal is wild. Yeah. It is wild. Canadian taxes is a joke compared to US. Yeah, it looks confusing over there, I'm not gonna lie. I don't mind it too much. Like, it takes some time, but it's kind of fun working through everything. Chug, you're about to start deadlifting. Good luck on the deadlifts. Strength and honor. So we have 615 in the bank. So we only need 385 clams. So we only need 80 more clams. Not bad. I don't know about that. Jungle necklace. Yeah, average sale on that is 87 silver. I'm just going to go ahead and disenchant that. Easy peasy. Does watching DBZ while working out help with the gains? Chug says yes. You have me on the TV in the gym right now. Does that mean I'm Dragon Ball Z? Let's go. What the? Okay, what? A third BOE drop, guys. What's going on? That's a sick axe, by the way. The Lord Alexander's battle axe. Wow. We'll keep farming. Like we're getting all these blue BOEs. That's a crazy low sale rate. 0.025, 0.096. Like these sell for sure. That's a really cool axe. 2 tokens. Oh, in the bag. Yeah. This won't be worth 2 tokens, but it'll sell quick. That'll be a good sale for sure. We farmed this spot for many hours before, and I got no blue BOEs. And all of a sudden, in an hour and 15 minutes of farming here, we've gotten 3. Do my former coworkers know what I do for a living now? Yeah, they all when I left, they all knew. They had a nice going away party. They made me a cake that says, what did it say? Goodbye, Patholerics. And then we watched an episode of Goldbound on the TV with everyone. So they knew what I was doing when I left. Very supportive send-off. Yeah, we got some luck on us today. It's good. I'm here for it. Mm-hmm. Better not wasted time for Molten Core. We gotta save Molten Core for Mondays. Hashtag MCM. Wait, that's something else, isn't it? Molten Core Mondays. How much is it worth? Yeah, it's 400 gold. Nothing crazy. Oh, you thought 400k? Yeah, no, it's 400 gold. Still, I'll take it. I'll take it all day, but yeah. You better get to bed. maybe my HD stream is not HD. Catch you later, man. Might be time for another loop in the zone. Chuck, I left you. I did say that earlier. I did leave you. I left our city. Mm-hmm. But wait, Chug Life. Yo, I just remembered something Patholeric School did to me recently. Okay, here we go, guys. If you were here on Monday, I said I want to talk about something, but I can't talk about it without Chug, because I know he's going to bring it up. And just go ahead, Chug. You have the floor. Let me see if I can't find some arcane crystals. Is this the drama? This is the drama. This is the loot and rolling drama. I'm gonna let Chug have the introduction, the opening arguments. I don't want to paint. I don't want to color the facts, but I will respond when Chug has left his comments. Still no rare spawns here though. Maybe we'll have Narixus, the Doombringer. T minus couple clams. Solaz, greetings, traveler. Big patch days always throw everything off. It seems like they've thrown off the drop rates of blue BOEs, and I'm here for it. We've gotten 3. We got Orbit Deception, Lord Alexander's Battle Axe, and Lordly Gauntlets from the Naga over here. Chug Life, objection. Objection. Leading the jury. So Chug is saying if you roll slash 100,000 and someone responds to it and follows it all the way to the end and rolls a 1, you wouldn't expect the loser to owner the death roll and pay up the 100K, right? Okay, so Chug, do you want to add any more context, or do you want me to speak upon the matter? No more context. Okay, guys. Okay, let me drop some knowledge. So Chug and I were in a Mythic Plus dungeon. Okay. Let me drop the facts. We were in a Mythic Plus dungeon, and at the end chest, there was another warrior, another plateware in our dungeon, and wrists dropped. And he asked, hey, does anybody need the wrists? And I said, yeah, I'll take them. And they traded them over to me. Okay, to me, little old me, little Patholerics. And then Chug was like, oh, I need them too. And I said, okay, do you want to roll for the wrists? And then he's like, oh, no, they're not that big of an upgrade for me. So I'm like, cool. And then 3 seconds later, I see a slash 100,000 in chat. So I'm like, oh, maybe he wants a death roll for the wrists. So I see the death roll all the way through, and I lose the death roll. And then he opens up a trade window, and I'm like, what? We weren't betting 100K. So, yeah. That's what happened. And then, but here's the other thing. I log off, start working out, and then I Snapchat Chug. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should have known that 100,000 roll was a death roll, so I'm gonna mail you 100K. So, you know, that's the full story. You know, you guys could judge it how you want, but it was quite the series of events. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I had assumed the death roll was for the bracers. Where is your 100K? You still don't have it? So I tried to mail it to you, but you are on a different, what's the word? Not realm, but like battle group. So we can't actually trade gold. So I need to make a character on your realm and warband transfer it over. But yeah, no, you got the 100K coming, man. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. No, don't you worry about it. Send him a WoW token. You can trade it though? I don't think you can trade cross. Like if someone's not on your realm, like not on the same battle group, I don't think you can trade them the gold. So I lost the death roll and didn't give him the bracers, even though that's what I thought it was for. Well, once that happened, that's when it was kind of clarified that he was you thought it was for gold, not for the bracers. Also, I guess I didn't mention this. We weren't alone in the Discord call. This was all, we were on voice chat. We had our other friend, Edda Thunder Lizards, in the call. And right after this happened, we asked, what do you think? And he said, I don't think it was clear that it was for 100,000 gold. That's what Edda Thunder said. Yep. But don't you worry, guys. Chug, one way or the other, he'll get his 100K. But what I will say is if I had won it, I don't think I would have opened up trade to ask for 100K. Jaeger says, okay, voice chat does complicate things because you'd think there would have been some discussion, right? You'd think there was no discussion. You slash roll for items, that is standard. Anything else is for gold. Actually, you know what? I didn't even think about this at the time, but we've actually set a precedent in Guys, I think I don't owe the 100K now. We've set a precedent in our group that a slash 100,000 roll is not a death roll. It's a roll at a land to shotgun a beer. So if anything, I owe Chug a shotgun. Can you deny that, Chug? But yeah. That's actually that's the precedent of the friend group. Or was that, yeah. Yeah. This is quite some drop and roll drama here, guys. Chug Life accepts the terms. Resident Canto asked, "Is this true, Chug?" We'll double check with Chug if that was the precedent set. But I 1v1 in Barcade to settle it. I'd do that. Yeah, I'd do that. Our bag is looking quite full. We're gonna have to clear it out pretty soon here. Actually, I should do it real quick. Sell trash. Oops. I gotta make sure while we're talking about my honor, I don't accidentally repair from the guild bank. Nothing like a good old-fashioned gentleman's duel to hash out disagreements. A duel, an honor duel, a gras of sorts. An angry Mexican guy, what's good? Welcome to the evening stream. Welcome in, traveler. Very calming music in here. There we go. We procced the Dragonkin. But anyways, guys, in any event, I'm glad we got the loot drama out. I knew we had to address it, and I feel better for it. I will say it was a confusing time, but we came out the other end. Oh, 1 pound per clam? We're at, well, in the bags, 354. Here, Chug, I'll give you 3 numbers you can pick. We're at, this is for 1 pound per clam that Chug Life has to deadlift. We have 969 total. So if you want to deadlift that, you can. We have 354 on the player and 615 in the bank. So you could definitely deadlift 615 or 354. Let's see here. So yeah, we're at a total of 971 now. We definitely have never had this many clams. We're gonna open them all today too. You'll max out deadlift if I send you 100K live on stream. Oh. I've seen you max out deadlift for a lot less than that. Oh, man. The real question is how many golden pearls are we going to get from all these clams? That's the real question. Snores, greetings, traveler. Just got home. Welcome in. Hope you've had a good day. Let's get some more clams. We got 2 from 40 clams, so easily 20, right? I hope we get more than 30. Right? We'll add up the value, because right now clams are actually quite cheap comparatively. They're like 15 gold each right now. So 1,000 clams is 15,000 gold. So 15,000 gold. That's 30 clams, right? So yeah, anything more than 30, we're making a profit on the clams. We'll see. There's a good chance we lose money on him, but it's okay. We gotta know. After the 2 clams from 40, we had to try it. Hopefully we don't get to a situation where we lose like 10k and then we're 10k short of the token on Saturday. That would be a little bit awkward. Like we get to like, yeah, like literally the amount that we missed out on the tokens. We'll see. T minus 14 more clams. Oh, it's a crawler. Just seen like Coventry. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Unless that stealth blade is sold. Yeah. Unless. ... Maybe I sold it for 2k. Just to get rid of it. It was burning a hole in my transmog shelves. Am I feeling okay? I look a little clammy. A good one. Okay, 992. 993. Can we hold all of the clams in our inventory? I don't know if we will be able to. No, we should. Because if this is almost 400, we should be able to get the full stack into our inventory. All right, 2 more clams. 1 more clam. Is this the last one? Nope. Is this the last one? Nope. There we go. 1,000 clams. Let's go ahead and get to the bank, guys. We have 1,000 clam opening incoming. Do I ever dump my transmog for like 100 gold just to get rid of it? Sometimes I'll go very low price to get rid of it, but if it's not going to be like a fire sale for 1,000 gold, I'll probably just disenchant it. Like if it's going to be like an 800 gold item for 100 gold, I'll probably just disenchant it. Otherwise, you run the risk of having to repost a couple more times and losing money on the repost fees. But it's time. Let me deposit into the Warband Bank a few things to get some space for the clams. All this stuff that I do want to eventually list. I might have to start pulling out clams as well to make space. But yeah, we are opening all of these clams right now. It's a clam kind of day. Great day for clams. Okay. Servers are lagging a little bit. It's taking a while to deposit all this stuff, but it should go soon. Internal bag error. Wow, server lag is really bad. There we go. We'll make money this time. I hope so. I really hope so. Just gonna deposit all the stuff that I know I have stacks of in the bank already. That way I save space. What's the jackpot on the clams? So really, you want the golden pearls. Those are worth 500 gold. For 1,000 clams, the total value of the clams, because right now they're 15 gold each on the market, on the auction house, it's 15,000 gold of clams. So to break even, I'll go double check the current prices. Is that all of them? Yeah, that's all of them. That's a lot of clams. I'll double check the current prices here of the golden pearl. Well, that changes things. It got reset. I'm gonna do my math not off the reset price, but we might make some good money right now, guys. Because someone reset the golden pearl to 1,200 gold. But historical price is 535. But we're in a really good spot right now if we get some pearls on the market. So calculator.net. To do this real quick. Google Calc. Basically, I want to see what 15,000, which is the price of our clams, divided by 535, which is the historical price of these. So it's 28 is our break-even clam point for market value. But right now, we're kind of in a unique position where clams were just reset, so we might be able to do a bit better than that. Also, we could get other pearls. All the other pearls aren't worth a crazy amount. But it's going to add up, so we'll track these. Has that put the raw clam price up to... It says min buyout is 14 gold. Yeah, it's still 14 gold on the clams. So that's what we're using. Okay. I'm going to do like a stack at a time and kind of go fast for a stack and see what we get. Theoretically... Oh, actually... No, let's do a prediction. Let's do a prediction, okay? We'll do over and under 30. And then 30 on the dot. How many golden pearls from 1,000 clams? Outcome 1, under 30. Outcome 2, over 30. And then exactly 30. The exactly 30 is crazy, but it's possible. Okay, I'll leave that open for 2 minutes on Twitch. Let me go over to YouTube and poll YouTube on that. Start a poll. How many golden pearls from 1,000 clams? Over 30, under 30, exactly 30. So we'll see which one gets it right. Between Twitch and YouTube, but then also on Twitch. We're gonna go ahead and allow that one, Jaeger, that's fine. Also on Twitch we have the like that you can use channel points. To be honest, if you remember correctly from the series, this has always disappointed. Yes. However, I opened up some from Blasted Lands, and we got a whole bunch of golden pearls, so I was a little curious. And I had to test it on 1,000 just to get like a more accurate drop rate. I feel like 30 is a bad guess. 5 people have voted for it though. Over on YouTube, what's the poll looking like? A lot of under 30s on YouTube. It's 60% under 30s for the poll. About the same ratio actually on Twitch and YouTube. 60, 32, and then a small like 10% on exactly. So Twitch and YouTube have a very similar distribution here, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so all submissions are final. It's 60, 32, 10 on Twitch, and 56, 32, 12 on YouTube. So literally like the same. That's crazy. Let's go ahead and open these up. Remember, we're going for golden pearls. First one, nothing. I'll do a quick pack here though. Got a black pearl and an iridescent pearl. It didn't track their value, but that's okay. We'll put them down here. Next stack of 20. Come on. Black pearl. Small lustrous pearl. Okay. So far, that's 40 opened. Iridescent pearl. You know what? I got a bit of a thing. I'm gonna go open them in Blasted Lands. What if the drop rate is higher in like when you're sitting in Blasted Lands? I gotta go back. We'll finish it off in Blasted Lands. You never know. Tinfoil energy. Yup. Precisely. Verbisms, greetings traveler. Late stream today. Yeah, the servers were just down so long, but I wanted to do the 1,000 clams today, so I went live a little bit, well, quite a bit later actually. Chug, you're at 585 on the deadlift. How's that feel? Hopefully light. Am I going to bed after this? After stream, I gotta make dinner still. I'll probably do dinner and then sleep. Okay. Let's finish off opening these up. Golden Pearl, first one. First one of the day, let's go. All right, there's hope. There is hope. We have one Golden Pearl. Put it up there. Iridescent, black pearl, a lot of 2 golden pearls. Guys, there's hope. There is hope. Iridescent pearl. Small lustrous pearl. Game is lagging. I can't open any more pearls. Oh, did I get another one? I didn't. Curious that we started getting more drops now that we're in Blasted Lands, hey? Very curious. A third golden... Guys. Open up your pearls in Blasted Lands. Can I just put this on my action bar? Oh, heck yeah. So we're through 200. We're definitely, so far through the 200, we haven't gone enough to make it profitable. A black pearl. One more. We're at 4. That's actually pretty close. A 5th pearl, guys. So far, we're through. We're on another pearl. Okay, we're at 6. Is that a beer? Yeah, well, it's a Guinness 0, but yeah. I got a little thirsty. Not a sponsor, by the way, but hit me up, Guinness, if you are. 7. We're at 682 and we're at 7 pearls. Down to the 8. Black pearl. So we're not at 500 yet. When we get to 500, we'll be able to kind of like look a bit more holistically on it. So black pearl. Yeah, there's 9 golden pearls. We're approaching 10 before 500, which still isn't great. Another one there, though. It definitely seems like our drop rate went up in Blasted Lands. Another one. Another one. Wait, back to back, there is 2. We're at 12. All right, 37 more. Okay, we're at 13. 23 more to open here before we hit to 500. We're at 14, guys. We are on pace for 30. Okay, we're at exactly 500 open, and we have 14 pearls. 30 is very possible. Let's keep going. Small lustrous pearl. Black pearl. How much is clam meat worth? Okay, like nothing. Yeah, it's fine. This music is pretty intense as well. Iridescent pearl. Okay, this last 50 hasn't been too good. Small lustrous pearl. Black pearl, iridescent. Man, it seems like there's one. It seems like they come in waves. Like there's like you get one and you get another one. Also, yeah, hashtag no more pearl debt after this. Or no more clam debt. I think we'll have repaid our clam debts. Alright, we've been at 15 this whole time. This is a bad second half. This is a really rough second half. Okay, we're at 16. Golden pearl dropped. Another golden pearl. We're at 17. Come on. That's true. They are overpriced right now. So at this moment, we're in profit, but that's based off of like an inflated reset price. So hopefully we can move some at that price. Zesty clam meat, black pearl, 243 left. A bit of a lag spike on the server here, so gotta wait a second. There we go. They're flowing again. Oh, another lag spike. Flowing again. Okay. Golden pearl. 18, that is. All right, we need a strong back half. Back half. Nothing for a while. But if we just get a few... There's one. Zesty clam meat. Yikes. This right here is a string of bad pearls. Or a string of bad clams. Ooh, wow. Literally no pearls for like 30 or 40 here. There we go. Iridescent, come on. Black pearl. Down to our last 70 clams. This takes a while to open this many clams. You got to factor that into the... all right, we're at 19. Come on. Black pearl. Okay, 20. Last 20 pearls. Oh, it's like a couple back-to-back there. All of a sudden, we're getting some drops. Okay, last 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so it ended up being 21 pearls. So based on our calculations, like based on our sample size of 1,000, like we would have to assume the drop rate is 2.1%. Let me go finish off the pools here, though. Honestly, I think we got more than I thought. A weak second half for sure. Under 30 was the correct answer because we got 21. But yeah, that's quite a few. That's more than I thought we would get. And right now, so based on like historical price, we lost like 4,800 gold opening them. However, right now someone reset the market, so these pearls are worth 25,000. So if we can unload them at that price, then that's a 10k profit for our pearls. So I mean, only 20 sell per day though. Peter, the probability of at least 30 pearls is 52% with a 3% drop rate. Yeah. So it's looking like the drop rate is below 3%. And then the value from these ones, I guess we can add that up too. Your iridescent pearls, 180 gold. So it's not nothing. And then 30 gold worth of clam meat, guys. That's kind of funny. There's some arcane crystals too. I mean, I don't know what I expected. No, I think I expected under 10, honestly. I kind of thought it was a 1% drop rate. That's if I had to guess before this, I would have guessed a 1% drop rate. But based on our sample size of 1,000, I mean, I would have to say it's 2.1%. Like, it's probably like around 2%. It's possible we got very unlucky. And it is actually 3%. But from our sample size, we have to assume it's 2.1%. I wonder, yeah, like what if you run the stats on it, like what is the I wonder what the statistical significance and like what confidence range you could give on that. Based on the sample size. Ooh, nice, a rare. Finally, some of them are respawning here. Better odds, worse luck. Arcane crystal, there we go. Have you missed my Dark Portal pickpocket test yet? I haven't tried it yet. I could go try. Oh, I'll have to swap the timelines to do it, actually. So I probably won't today. Any other rares respawning here? But yeah. I mean... If we do sell some off at like the 1,000 gold, and then if we sell half at the 1,000 gold mark and then half at the less gold mark, should be about a break even on the 15,000 gold. Am I going to do the heroic today? Yes, I am going to go do... I'm kind of just looking for rares, but then I'm going to go do Zul'Gurub for the mount chance. Oh, this one's up. I still need to do this guy for my scrapbook. So I'm just getting the B-roll of him. So I got him in my scrapbook now. Jeez, the world lag is crazy, hey? Chug life, it's go time. Good luck. Good luck on the deadlifts. Or the deadlift. Let us know how it goes. Ooh, arcane crystals. We'll definitely take those. Given a 3% drop rate, then getting 21 or less has the likelihood of 5.5%. I guess, yeah, to get the out... Ooh, another rare. You'd have to calculate for the 21 or less. That makes sense to me. So it's definitely possible. 5.5% chance that it is a 3% drop rate. Right? Not super likely, but definitely a possibility. There we go. Finally a flawless sphere. It looks like all the rares, or a lot of the rares now are respawning from the outages, from the maintenance. So it's good that we're here. The problem is, I guess the real conclusion is look at the clam to pearl price, because if it is profitable at a 2% drop rate, then it's probably worth doing it. But I think the clams can vary in price a little more aggressively than the the pearls can probably vary a little more in price than something like the clams. The pearls are probably more susceptible to being reset. Ooh, I don't want to lag and then fly into Deadwind Pass. That'd be really bad. I was aiming right at it. It's definitely possible. Like if I lagged long enough, we could just wake up from the lag spike in Deadwind Pass. That'd be bad. I wonder, like, how much of a sample size of clams would you need to have, like, a near definitive answer on this question? You know? Because 1,000, I mean, is quite good. All of them? Every clam in the game. How many are on the auction house right now? Big mouth clam. There's 4,494 clams on the auction house, although some of them are very expensive. 1K is good. I think 1K gives you a pretty reliable conclusion. All right, let's do our... Let's get some mounts, guys. Let's get some mounts. $1,000 more clams to confirm. I mean, if I sell out my clams at 25K, I might. I mean, you know? That first 500 was way above pace. It was going pretty quick. Resident, you gotta go. We'll catch you later. Chug, new home gym PR. Oh, what'd you hit? What was your home gym PR there? I'm getting some Lua errors here. I don't know what add-on is throwing that error. Does it say which add-on this is? I don't know what add-on is giving me this error message. Oh, it's not happening anymore. Oh, geez, it's something to do with targeting. What's going on? I'll just not load out of date add-on and see if that helps. Golden was 625. What'd you hit? Oh no. Maybe it's TSM. Sometimes TSM throws errors. Not TSM. I'm just gonna like not have. Oh, it's probably mob kill count because of the new way they track things. Yeah, it's mob kill count in the dungeon. Okay. Hit 635. Let's go. That's a big pull. That's a real big pull. Update the gym board. At the gym, Chug's got like a whiteboard or a blackboard that has the best lifts completed in the gym, like for each person who's worked out there. So anytime you hit a new gym PR, you can update the board. So go ahead, Chug. Update the board, and let's get this mount real quick. Okay, no mount there. It's all good though. You checked. It's 1,120 for a 95% confidence interval. So not quite there. Maybe another 120 clams. Well, I'm going to call it good on 1,000. Yeah. I mean, if you have 100 clams, it's a bit of a gamble because you could just get lucky and definitely profit, or get unlucky and get none. So at 100, it's like pretty... It's pretty much like, it's up to you if you want to gamble it or not. It kind of seems like. Once you get higher, you kind of know about what you're going to get. Like, it's going to be within a few-ish. But yeah. 21 pearls. Gotta open another 1,000. Be about... It's about 3 hours of farming for 1,000 pearls, so it's not crazy. Like 3 hours of dedicated Naga farming, and we're kind of cycling in and out, doing other farms too. Maybe I'll rely a little more on the arcane crystals. Those are a bit more my speed. They're also worth a lot right now too, arcane crystals. All right. Let's see what we got going as far as the drop for the Swift Azulian Panther. No drops today. We got the reset on it done though. We can try again tomorrow. There shouldn't be any server outages tomorrow, I hope. So we'll be able to start a bit earlier, which is good because we do have a ore target tomorrow. We're doing the ore target stream tomorrow. But tonight, guys, with the outages today, it'll probably be, well, I'm ending it now, so it'll be a shorter stream, but evening stream. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for popping in for the impromptu evening stream. And I'll catch you guys later. Chug, you posted the deadlift video in the Discord. Okay, let me pull it up real quick. I'm gonna extend my stream by like a couple seconds here to see it. I'm just gonna watch it on my end though, so I don't leak all my Discord stuff. Where is it? Gym lifts? There we go. Let's see how it looks. Okay, pretty darn solid. Pretty darn solid. Good lift. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. And until next time, go with honor.